The 1,650-day wait is over. The Federal Reserve dropped the federal funds rate by 50 basis points last week, and I'm going to explain next what the outlook means in the housing market. So if you like what you hear, you get some value out of this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to schedule a call with our team about what all this might mean for you and your real estate plans, you can do that with the link in the comments. 1,650 days was how long it took for the Fed to make an interest rate cut. And what we know is the Federal Reserve doesn't control mortgage rates. There's a way this works. It depends on how the market responds. This signals something different. The reason the Fed made this decision was because they saw inflation softening and they saw some softening in the labor market. That's what Jerome Powell said after the meeting and when he made his comments, which everyone hangs on to and listens very closely to understand the direction of the Fed. And some of the bigger news coming out of those comments is that you can expect another 50 basis points of cuts in total between now and the end of 2024. And again, this doesn't just immediately impact the real estate market. What it did do, it breathed a sigh of relief for some folks that thought the Fed was too slow to act with these rate cuts because they were at those high levels for so long. So this is a step in the right direction. And what happened during that 1,650-day period is we saw mortgage rates peak in October at 8%, October of last year, 2023. We saw home sales hit 1995 levels, and we saw housing affordability dropped to its lowest level in 40 years. So what this signals is that it's a new era of economic policy. There's going to be more cuts. There's going to be some loosening, which will in turn have some really positive impacts on the housing market. What I see happening is the following. One, more homes are going to come to the market. We've already seen inventory rise in our local market in the greater Philadelphia area over 22% through the end of August. We're also going to see, hopefully, affordability come back towards buyers. After hitting that lowest level since 40 years, we did see mortgage rates hit their lowest level since February of 2023 prior to the meeting, and we know that over time with more rate cuts, lower interest rates should be on the way. And what it also does, it's going to help some homeowners because according to bankrate.com, 5% of homeowners right now feel comfortable selling their property with a 6% or higher interest rate. So the fact that we're hovering in these low sixes right now, we've seen some people lock in the high fives, and these are real buyers purchasing homes. That's going to alleviate some of that concern, which should lead to more inventory and a more balanced and stable housing market. So if you're thinking about selling or buying, here's what I'd be watching out for. Keep an eye on inventory. You're going to be seeing new homes come to the market, and most sellers need to go buy a home. So keep an eye on what you're looking for. Talk to an agent about exactly what you're trying to find. Have a strategy meeting or a planning session in advance because what it looks like is going to happen is we're going to see less homes sell nationally in 2024 than we did in 2023, which is saying a lot. And that poises us for a 2025 where we're going to see rising inventory, lowering costs, and that's going to just give everyone a little bit more breathing room in the marketplace. This is the beginning of something here. And my outlook on the housing market is very positive right now because inventory and rates have been two of the biggest complaints that consumers have had, and now we're seeing that go the other way. All the more reason to talk to someone about your goals, get an understanding where the market's going, and sellers, remember, as more inventory comes to the market, prices will typically soften. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go down. I want to be very clear there, but it's not going to be those ravenous home buyers that are coming in. Maybe when you get multiple offers, you only get 2 or 3 instead of 10 or 11. So that's the kind of stuff you need to think about as a seller. And as a buyer, you want to be there when the opportunity arises. You never know when the right home's going to come on the market. So being prepared, having everything in place you need to do to buy a home if you're looking at something over the next 12 months makes sense to do right now. Have those strategy sessions because that will set you up to win now that we're on the cusp of this new economic policy.